This video will explain about Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of beauty. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty in Greek mythology, is said to have been born from sea foam, which means the foam of the sea. Her name is sometimes interpreted as born of foam, where aphros is a Greek word meaning foam. For example, there is an episode in which she was born from the sea and charmed everyone around her with her beauty. In other words, Aphrodite was a goddess who charmed many gods and mortals with her beauty and love. In different traditions, she is said to be the daughter of Zeus, the king of the gods, and Dione, a Titaness, and one of the 12 Olympians. Aphrodite is also said to be the daughter of Zeus and Dione, and one of the 12 Olympians. This is because she was a very powerful god, and had the power to influence the other gods. For example, she could attract other gods and influence their actions. In other words, because of her power and influence, Aphrodite occupied an important position among the gods of Olympus. Aphrodite's family. Aphrodite was married to Hephaestus, the god of forges. But she also had a close relationship with the military goddess Ares and the human beauty Atomos. This is because she was the goddess of love and beauty, and her charms attracted many gods. For example, her close relationship with the military goddess Ares resulted in children named Eros, Phobos, Deimos, Harmonia, and Antheros. In short, through her love and beauty, Aphrodite developed deep relationships with many gods and raised many children. The Judgment of Paris is a famous episode from Greek mythology that led to the start of the Trojan War. In this story, the Trojan prince Paris had to decide who was the most beautiful among three goddesses: Hera, the queen of the gods; Athena, the goddess of wisdom; and Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Each goddess offered Paris a gift, and he chose the one he found most appealing. This event, known as the Judgment of Paris, was essentially a beauty contest, and its outcome sparked the Trojan War. As a result of the judgment, Paris was captivated by the gift from Aphrodite and declared her the most beautiful. Aphrodite promised to give him the most beautiful woman, who turned out to be Helen. However, Helen was already married to Menelaus, the king of Sparta. Paris was so taken with Helen's beauty that he took her back to Troy. This act, a direct result of Paris' judgment, was what caused the Trojan War. While Aphrodite is known as the goddess of love and beauty, she also played a significant role in the war. During the Trojan War, Aphrodite supported the Trojans, who had chosen her as the most beautiful in the judgment of Paris. For instance, she aided the Trojan hero Hector and even wounded the Greek hero Diomedes. This shows that Aphrodite was not only the goddess of love and beauty, but also had a role in the battlefield. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, had a relationship with a beautiful young man named Adonis. She was deeply in love with him because of his beauty. However, during a hunt, Adonis was attacked by a boar, which is a type of wild pig, and he died from his wounds. After Adonis's death, Aphrodite caused anemone flowers to arise from his blood, forever glorifying his beauty. In another story, Aphrodite brought to life Galatea, a female statue created by a man named Pygmalion, to fulfill their love. Pygmalion loved the statue of Galatea so much that he asked Aphrodite to bring her to life. Aphrodite granted his wish and brought the statue Galatea to life. As a result, Pygmalion and Galatea fell in love and lived happily ever after. This is a wonderful story that shows how powerful the power of love can be. It is said that Zeus made Aphrodite fall in love with Anchises, so that she wouldn't brag about her ability to connect gods with humans. In other words, Zeus made Aphrodite fall in love with Anchises, a human, to prevent her from boasting about her power to bring gods and humans together. This was a trick by Zeus to limit Aphrodite's power to unite the gods with humans. Specifically, Aphrodite saw Anchises living on Mount Ida, fell in love with him, and spent the night with him. So, through Zeus's trickery, Aphrodite fell in love with the human Anchises, and spent a night with him. Anchises and Aphrodite had a son named Aeneas, who moved to the Italian peninsula after the Trojan War. Aeneas, the son of Anchises and Aphrodite, moved to the Italian peninsula after the Trojan War. This is because Aeneas was a hero of Troy, and traveled in search of a new home after the war. Specifically, his son Iulus was considered the founder of the Julian family, which produced a Roman emperor and was very well worshipped. In other words, after the Trojan War, Aeneas moved to the Italian peninsula in search of a new homeland, where they established a new dynasty. Aeneas didn't do much in the Trojan War, but his success came after Troy fell. Aeneas wasn't very active in the Trojan War, but his real success came after Troy fell. This is because Aeneas began his journey to take over the Trojan legacy and build a new nation. Specifically, he escaped from the burning city of Troy, and then began his adventurous life. It is believed that he sailed from Troy to Italy and died in Sicily. In other words, after the Trojan War, Aeneas began his great adventure in search of a new homeland. And as a result, he succeeded in building a new nation. Here's a surprising story about Aphrodite. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, had a unique relationship with the other gods. While she had the power to influence other gods, she herself was sometimes influenced by them. This is because there is a balance of power among the gods. For example, in an earlier story, Zeus made Aphrodite fall in love with the mortal Anchises, so that she would not be attracted to the other gods. So, while Aphrodite had the power to influence other gods, she herself was sometimes influenced by them. Aphrodite had a strong connection with the sea. The followers of Aphrodite, known as her cult, linked her with the sea, and thus many of her depictions and images refer to this element. This is because of the myth that Aphrodite was born from sea foam. For example, her statues and paintings often depict her against a background of sea or foam. In other words, the followers of Aphrodite link her origin with the sea, and this connection is reflected in her depictions and images. Festivals celebrating Aphrodite also promoted aspects of sexual freedom and very sensual rituals. This is because Aphrodite was the goddess of love and beauty, and the festivals reflected her attributes. For example, the festival included rituals in which lovers pledged their love to each other and prayed for fertility and happiness. In other words, Aphrodite's festivals were occasions to celebrate love and beauty and to promote sexual freedom among the participants. In this video, we discussed Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of beauty. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video. History Spectrum.